Okay, let's talk about the secret story that is going on in Marvel Rivals. Now, I say the term secret just because there's 5 stories that you have to play quite a bit, complete quite a bit of missions to actually unlock. And yes, the game itself is tied to these stories. I went through and read the not so great stories that they have included. More stories are going to come to each character, but these are the major plot lines. I've already made a video talking about the general story of Marvel Rivals, so if that's what you're looking for, I got a video ready to go, but we're going to deep dive into every one of these 5 major stories that they are clearly going to be visiting. First off, it's going to be Loki and Hela. Essentially what's going on is the tree is merging with Asgard in a way, and Loki has claimed kingship over this abomination, and Hela's trying to sneak it under him and get the power from the tree to then bring Hel back into the material realm or something like that. Now, the tree is producing chromium. Chromium is the magical metal that's able to do all the time entanglement stuff. Now, I'll be honest, I don't really like this story. This is my least favorite or second least favorite of all of them, but let's get into it. The spider story is the one I want to be the most excited for, but they're leaving a lot on the table for us to kind of wait and see. Essentially, there's this character, Spider Zero, which is this girl in the middle here. She is fighting the Master Weaver, who is there to protect the fabric of basically everything in the universe, and the Master Weaver is using the chromium to infuse the webs to empower the web of life and destiny. And so Spider Zero and their team is trying to stop her because it's risking, or stop him because it's risking everything that's going on in Tokyo 2099. That's pretty much the story. I don't really know how to take it. Next is Black Panther's story. This one is the most interesting idea, the least interesting story. Essentially, Black Panther's god has been taken over by, with this image, it seems to be Null, the God Slayer, essentially. That's kind of what they're hinting at, and apparently Black Panther is so devoted that he's just trying to free her. That's at least what they're trying to tell us. We'll see what actually happens, but this one's been left really open-ended, but with the imagery and the communication, really interesting story because it's intergalactic. Black Panther Empire of Wakanda, not just on Earth. So there's a lot that can happen and a lot where Black Panther can go. Next is the Winter Soldier. Now they decided to make Hydra more insane. So Winter Soldier was captured infiltrating Hydra's base in the middle of Antarctica. They took him into their occult division where they are using him as a conduit to open a portal across the universe. That is what their plan is. I'm assuming through playing the game that Winter Soldier was eventually freed after said thing has happened. So more to come on that later, but we know through Winter Soldier's dialogue that he was freed by Captain America and Hawkeye. So cool stuff there. More to come here. And then the least exciting story, because it's right there. It's right on the big conflict, the Guardians of the Galaxy, most of them at least, fighting on Clintar against Null, trying to stop him from making the ultimate symbiote. Shuri sent them because she doesn't trust her brother, who's blinded by their god. And so she's kind of lost all faith in gods or her god. So now she's trying to rely on her friends and technology and take care of business, inadvertently helping her brother, who's trying to free their god from Null's grasp. So these two stories are kind of combined where all the other ones sort of aren't. So that's where I'm going to talk, where it's very easily to see that Black Panther and Guardians of the Galaxy are, connected. Clearly, they're both fighting against Null. However, Hydra, they are clearly going out into space, so we'll see what's going on there, right? Who knows what direction they'll go. The Web Warriors, their whole conflict with the Master Weaver, it's pretty open-ended, as well as Asgard. So it seems like we have two major stories left on the table. Don't know where they're going to go. Big Null conflict coming with a little Hydra sprinkled in. That's kind of the secret story. And if you play the game and if you play both sides of every map, you will see the hypothetical scenario that will happen depending on who wins. Now, it's still up in the air. We don't know who's doing what or how. And that's going to have to come in probably 10 days of me recording this video. That's when we'll probably start seeing the next steps of the story, or maybe a bigger collection of steps. But until then, that's a secret story going on in Marvel Rivals that you might not know about, or you might not want to read about. But let me know what you think so far in the comment section below. Peace.